So, couple things here.
Yeah.
So kind of like that'll get you fired. There's way too many notes in there.
What's the lick that'll get you fired? What's that? What are you thinking when you do that? Because you're playing some really it's all
Well, I
melodic.
did it because you were here, and I've probably done it on gigs as well,
What
which
is
I
it?
probably shouldn't have. You know that Brent Mason hot wired lick? Well, in the Hot Licks video, that was lick number, I think that was number 4, but number 3 was in D.
Oh, okay.
Then you got to go back 2 frets for that. Here we go. Well, I've been known to do it in E. Now, as long as you treat it like that, that's all right so far, but that's a wrong note. But if you...
What's the flat 3? Yeah, right. So...
Yeah.
So it'd be a...
Yeah.
So, but when it goes to the flat 7, right? So...
Right.
What are you thinking when it hits that? Are you thinking of the chord or the scale or...
I rarely think of the scale. I always try to plan ahead, you know, so whenever we're playing in E...
Right.
Like, you always have to think a little bit ahead of time.
Right.
Like, if you're playing in E, then you wait till you're in D to start playing in D. Like, I'll start... Like, when I got to that note, I was already thinking about going to the flat 7.
So you're not necessarily playing the flat 7, but you're preparing to play.
Yes.
So it's the kind of move where you showed me this one years ago because you said I always struggled with this and I had to work really hard. So it'd be we'd go, say in this progression, you'd go, well, why don't you go?
Yes. Same thing.
And then you go.
Yeah.
So, that's wrong, but something like. How would you approach that A from the flat 7 then? Oh, okay, yeah.
So in other words, even though you're kind of using that a 5 of kind of as a passing chord, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's if you're in A, you're playing 5-4-1, but because you're in Countryland, you're in E. You're just playing the 1 flat 7 4, but you're not. It's interesting because you play the chord, but you don't change the scale and everything. You're fitting around the chord within the key you're playing in, right?
Yeah, like do the progression once again.
A 1,
Like
2, 3.
So, I never even left the E. I stayed in E the whole time there, and even that Reggie Young, like,
Is that from The Fireman?
it's from a lot of stuff. He did that in The Fireman. He did that. Oh,
That's the end of The Fireman, isn't it? Is that the end?
yeah, but he's done that. Like, I think even on Drift Away, it might even be in there.
Is he on Drift Away?
Oh yeah,
The original Drift
Oh
Away.
yeah, that's Reggie.
That's Reggie.
Suspicious Minds, Reggie. A lot of stuff. That's the way
Son
love
of a
goes.
Preacher Man, isn't that
Son
Reggie?
of a Preacher Man. He's been he's a very.
Very greasy.
I never got
guitarist.
to meet Reggie. Robbie Turner was going to bring me out there, and he ended up getting sick, and it never happened.
Okay.
And but I was at Robbie's studio one time, and Reggie's rig was there,
Okay, yeah.
and I plugged into it for a second, and it was pretty interesting. I didn't touch a thing, of course.
Yeah.
But I think the amp was running. And there was, I forget if I had my guitar there or what, but Robbie goes, plug into that if you want, just.
Yeah, just
And it
casually.
And this was a 69 Deluxe, a very basic pedal board. If I remember correctly, I forget the overdrive, but it was a Boss CS2, I think, and a DD2 delay.
Okay, yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I think he had a rack chorus, like a Dimension D.
Oh, I don't
Roland.
Yeah.
But anyways, because he recorded his album at Robbie's. I know we're getting off track there, but just
That was a good. What's that album called? Because you told me. To
I'm
listen
not sure,
to
but
that.
it's Reggie's album, and it was done later on in life, and he still sounds the same as he always did.
I'm gonna link so people know. I'll link that because that album was very. You told me about that once over lunch when I first got to town, and that album was very formative for me.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not stuff that's hard to figure out, but coming up with that,
Making it
like
feel that good.
there's a lot of great players in town. You know Steve Henson, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a
Great,
steel player, known as a steel player, but he's a great guitar player. I remember watching him at the Palace one time, and I told him, I said, "Man, you play like Reggie," and he thought it was the greatest thing. And of course, I mean that's a compliment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys that they'll favor Reggie because he was the best. Brent Mason favors Reggie. Everybody does, But like that's a good example of like how to stay out of the way, and like let's say I don't know a song.
Okay.
And that kind of song, and I'm not really sure where it's gonna go. Kind of like even if you go, to the.
So you're playing somewhat safe. So you're playing the E minor pentatonic there.
Kind of, yeah. But
it's the D. It's the
I'm
minor
not
of it.
I'm not thinking pentatonic blues scale or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just thinking, let me play around here. That way, if it goes somewhere that I'm not expecting it to, it's not going to sound like a screwed up.
Okay.
You know, even though I probably did. But it's a safe way of playing, and it's a good way of staying out of the way. You know, the vocals are happening, then you got a second. I'm only now thinking about this. The progression kind of sounds like, you know, Can't You See or In Color.
Yeah,
But
same
there's
thing.
a lot of songs with that, and it's one of those things, that flat seven. I hear guys all the time that they don't know how to solo over that. They don't know where to go or whatnot, you know?
So what's some great, to get into the country vein, what's some good easy ways someone can approach playing? Because my approach comes from the bebop thing,
Right.
so it's very different to how you're approaching it. So if I'm going to play the chord progression and you're just going to play, you will play, I guess, kind of loosely and slow, and maybe you can talk about what you're doing while you do it.
Okay.
So ready? I'll go like a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
I kind of knew where we were going to go for all that, though, because we were doing
Yeah,
that progression.
sure.
But I did some different stuff there. But, you know, like, yeah, it's all about knowing the neck, knowing where to go, and
Right.
looking ahead,
And
planning ahead.
everything was kind of in the same spot.
Oh yeah, I
So-
try to stay, like, if I'm living here, now I'm living here. Now I'm living here for a while.
Okay. Because that's one thing I emphasize to like all my students is you should be able to play over, and Wayne Krantz, the jazz guitarist, talks about this. You should be able to play over any chord progression, no matter where it is, in the same, like you should be able. There's your 3.
See, when you did that, I didn't hear 3. I heard, even though the note's 3, I
Right.
heard flat 7.
Interesting.
Because not the note you played, but that's the note you would have added over the flat 7.
Yeah, okay.
Or it could be 2.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so what if we go to say, let's go to a different chord progression and then
Yep.
talk about that. So what's something else we can play on?
Whatever you want. I mean,
Let's do a working man blues.
all right.
Let's do a classic.
Okay.
In A,
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So, couple things here.
Yeah.
Did you
Couple
notice
things.
I favored that Reggie thing several times in there? I
Yeah,
went-
sure, yeah.
So when I got there, I kind of messed up a little bit. Because I was kind of in the E position. We're still in A. I was like, all right. But it was a good starting point, you know?
Yeah, that's, so you use the same. You might use the
Yeah.
same thing,
Yeah, but
like repetition.
But as soon as I got there, I was like, you got to know where to land, though.
Right. And that's when you hit the D, you're thinking about that. So you might go.
Yeah, so you took it to a whole different place there.
Right.
You know.
But as a general idea, you're thinking out of where in the chord can I
I'm
land?
thinking in the chord.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed that out. I think it was Lindsay L. years ago. We were.
Oh,
you
the
know,
Canadian. She's
yeah,
Canadian.
she's a great guitar
You
player.
used to teach her. Or
Just,
something like
no, one time
Okay.
she came by one time. You know, I was never. I've
She's a great guitar player.
Met her a couple. She is a great guitar player. She had come by for, just to jam out some stuff.
okay,
you
sure,
know,
yeah.
because I was in Calgary, Alberta at the time, and she pointed out something. She goes, "We think out of the scale. You think out of the chord."
Well, you taught me to play out of the chord.
And then she goes, country players, and I had never thought about it that way. And it made sense to me. The minute that she said that, I was like, yeah, I kind of do, I guess. But I never really realized it till that point. And I guess it is, because everything I do, it's out of the chord. Like, I don't think scales.
Right.
I never have, like...
Well, I wouldn't be able to throw modes at you and have you rattle them off or anything, right? You would, but if I throw
I
any
have
chord
no idea
progression,
what they are. I mean, I'm sure I use, somebody said you know a lot more theory than you think, which I do. But as far as like what everything's called and Mixolydian and all that stuff, I have no idea.
I think the trade-off is you have gigs and you're
Well, I
working,
mean,
and you're very musical. So
yeah, and there's a place for both those approaches.
Do you remember when we first started hanging out? You played something. You played this chord, right? And you went, "That's a diminished chord." And I said, "Well, it's a -7 flat 5." And you went, "Yeah, so it's a diminished chord." And you talked about how to use it. And I thought, you know more than you know, but you know it here rather than in your, it in your ears, and you can use it just the same I can.
Well, like what I say, I don't know theory. I mean, I know the basic theory of minors and and the augmented, diminished, and all that stuff. The sevens, dominant seven, flat sevens, 6 chords, But as far as like I don't read music. To this day, I still don't. Like give me like a kindergarten sheet.
Yeah.
And I'll probably turn my volume off because I have no idea what to do,
You had a lead sheet once. Remember I sent you the what was written?
Oh, could be.
And I remember, but you went and did the gig and sounded amazing. But I remember you sent me a message, "Hey, I can't read this. What is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's this tune."
Okay.
Yeah, it was a funny, because I read music, and I've read it since I was about 3 or 4, but I've been asked to read music in Music City twice. And once was that, and the other time was a session I did where they were like, "Well, we have it written out. That's why we called you, is because you can read music.
Right.
Not because you're the guy for it, but you can read." So it's really interesting because the way you think, you're hearing everything. And it almost doesn't matter if you can apply it. That's why I'm here.
Right.
But when you do certain things, you do have moves you do that you can explain. And I find that very interesting. So you're talking about playing out of the chord. Now, that's a real bebop thing, but I didn't understand that for years. Intermediate jazz players probably more scales, and then you get into that. When you talk about playing out of the chord, I'm playing, the A7 for the working man blues. Really a major, right? A basic A major.
Yeah.
When you are thinking of, say, that...
I will say this, that 3 in the chord is making me cringe.
Okay, so why is that?
It gets in the way.
Okay,
I
interesting.
think it does. Like, I always try to play safe,
So you're playing 1 and 5.
Now, of course, when you're doing... Then you kind of have to have it, but as far as playing...
Okay, interesting.
If you're playing rhythm especially, because if anything's out of tune, it's going to be that right there.
Okay, so what about...
especially if I'm trying to play this instrument,
Right.
And I'm a little more sensitive to this, Like, I know some guys on the road out there, they'll play chords like, for a C chord.
Right.
Instead of...
Interesting.
That sounds way, or at least, you know what I mean?
So there's less that can go wrong. So on the rhythm note, so what if I take a stab at a pass and you play some rhythm behind me?
Okay.
Now this will be terrible, I'm sure, but I want to hear your rhythm playing, and then we'll talk about that. Because that's the biggest thing, I think, when anyone approaches country guitar, a lot of people really struggle, and you've watched me struggle with it, the rhythm aspect of it, because it's a very, especially on Broadway and further, it's a very unique thing compared to, say, just going.
Right.
So we'll play together, and I'll take a pass, and then we'll talk about some rhythm playing.
What kind of a groove or what kind of song? Or
Let's do the Working Man again, so that way we can hear how I did rhythm versus you, and then
all right.
that's what I need to learn. Right?
Okay. You want to count it off? Count
Sure.
me, and then I'll go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So, a couple things here. So,
I purposely played very busy because I wanted
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
your concept of staying.
now,
Out
if
of
I
the
would
way.
have done this over that the whole time, it would have got messy while you were doing all that.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of favored now this little tough here. We don't have drums or bass,
Sure.
but that's kind of why I went. One, two, three, four.
So you're leaving space so that
Oh,
I
yeah.
can be. So what if I'm going to take the same groove and I'm going to play total opposite of how I just did?
Okay.
So we'll kind of swap. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So yeah. So
I wouldn't do that.
notice
on a
when I
gig,
was
but-
noticing you were playing, very simple, very kind of like a blues player almost.
Right.
Then that rhythm didn't get too busy. But
Okay,
if I
yeah.
would have tried to do that, like try playing all the jazzy stuff again.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a
There's
bit.
no room.
I'm hearing I'm trying to do the straight eights thing with a little bit of swing over it, and because you're implying something.
But try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the other thing, notice how when I'm playing, like I was saying, sometimes I'll set myself up from the 4.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really set yourself up for the 4, but where I walked up, it kind of did it for you. And
Okay,
that's the
yeah.
whole music thing in general. Like the
Interesting,
bass
yeah.
guitar will do that. Not all of them, but
Some, yeah.
Now, we're talking 2 guitars here. So let's say you were a singer and it's a busy vocal song.
Okay.
And
sure.
you're playing this stuff around it,
Yeah.
Like when Merle's singing Working Man Blues, I don't think that's going on over the whole thing,
Okay. Yeah.
And I could be right. I mean, I should know this inside out, but it's like one of those things. You gotta leave space. There has to be space, and I got a kick out of this. Like people, I've been accused of overplaying before, and I'm sure I used to be a lot worse at it. But even like now, same as volume. Like, hey, your guitar is as loud as the vocal. Yeah, and that's fine because I'm not playing when there's singing going on.
Right.
A good sound guy will never tell me that. A lot of the young ones that don't know will, "Hey, can you turn down? You're as loud as the vocal." Well,
Yeah. Well,
doesn't matter.
It's you and Jamie Michaels always have great guitar volume, but you're always riding the volume. And
Of course.
people, I think that's the
yeah.
misconception is a lot of,
The other thing too, if you're not playing, that needs to be off.
okay, yeah,
Because
okay, yeah.
buzzes and because like
So how do you
it's
how
not
do you
bad
navigate,
right now, but
how do you navigate playing between the two instruments? Do you find turning one volume off affects the other or something?
That's a whole. Speaking of, I just started a Patreon.
Okay.
And it's going to be based around everything we just
Okay,
did
yeah.
for that second.
And there's Music
But
City Licks as well, right?
I need to ramp that back up. That was the thing I started several years ago and got busy on the road, and and just haven't. It's still active, but there hasn't been much going on.
Okay.
I'm fixing to get with everybody and try to get some stuff going on that again, and
Yeah.
hopefully add my stuff on there too, and just try to kind of get some, because there's some great teachers on there, and I need to,
James, Danny.
yeah, and I need to get Danny back in too,
Cowboy,
'cause-
yeah.
yeah,
Red.
and a lot of that is just,
Eddie.
oh yeah,
yeah. There's
I got a lot of cool Jimmy stuff, and I'd like to get with him again too, because But anyways, I get asked that a lot. Well, two things I got asked, like how do you split your signal?
Okay, yeah.
But I don't have that set up here. I'm doing it through the HX effects.
Okay.
The effects loop. Normally I use a JHS summing mixer for my steel, and I do it after a clone. Guitar hits a clone, summing mixer, and everything hits boat after. But anyways, we'll talk about that another time. So going back to what you're saying, so let's say.
Also, people should know this is a normal conversation. We branch out and we're back in a million times.
Yeah, it's even worse when it's not about guitars. So let's play Rhythm on Working Man Blues.
Okay.
And I'm gonna split a solo between guitar and steel.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And just to kind of give you an example on what I'm doing.
Sure.
So,
One.
yeah.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Keep going. Now, so I didn't really kill my volume. What's ideal for this is when you can land on an open string of some kind.
Okay.
So like, let's say. Let's do it one more time. Let's start from the 5 to the 4 to the 1.
Sure.
Then go into the next solo.
Sure.
I'm going to give you an example on how I would approach finishing a solo and starting here and what I do on stage.
Sure. 1,
Okay.
2,
From the 5.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Another thing to keep in mind, this is an SD10 with a pad. I normally have a single body.
Okay.
It's a little easier to navigate. I'm a little further away from the guitar. I'm noticing my arms going above here.
Okay, yeah. Usually
I don't normally do that.
Yeah.
It's just the setup here is a little different, but generally I try to have it where, and it can be a struggle at times to try to kill that volume or whatnot.
Sure, yeah.
And I should really have a second volume pedal for my guitar.
It's a lot to navigate on a gig, though. It's a
It
lot to
is.
set up. You've already
Yeah.
got enough to set up.
Yeah, but I find, and also I'm not used. I just picked up the Strat, and I've been playing. I normally play telly, so whenever I have an SG,
I know.
well, no, but like it's a little weird to get used to.
Sure, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I might just put like a telly knob there. I'm not going to do that. But anyways, like it's just a little different. But like the general thing is try to land something. Last night we were playing Friends in Low Places.
The tune.
The tune.
Yes.
And
Got to discern because there's the bar now.
if there's a fiddle player there, I normally get him to grab the steel solo.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it's it's the 1, 2, 5 for
Yeah.
the solo. So, do you want? Should we play that?
Well, last night, so or that part there. But when I'm ending that lick, I don't have time to go. I don't
And
have
that's
to
the record solo.
or there's no time.
Okay.
So check out this. Last night.
3. Genius.
So I was like, and I don't know why I thought of that, but I was like, that'll work. And I know it's not correct because I'm starting to steal at the second line of the guitar solo.
Right.
But it works that I can transition to Bruce's solo.
And that's Bruce.
So you're welcome, Bruce. I get to play your solo. So no, but normally it's always like, well, what do I want to play, the guitar solo or the steel solo today?
Okay,
But
now
we were
found a
just
way.
4-piece, and normally I'll just kind of do something. What I've done before, I've just kind of ended the solo differently. Like where there's not enough time to finish the actual lick. So you got to modify things a little bit. You can't.
Well, that's the ecosystem of downtown. I remember when I moved, it was you've got to know the record, because if the band asks you to play the record, you do that. But you've also got to be aware that on any given track, you might be, as a guitar player, if you don't have this, you're covering
You're covering
steel,
a lot of stuff.
guitar, fiddle,
Piano,
banjo, piano,
all kinds of stuff.
Think what's barbecue stain? That's piano up the top. But everyone I know is like, oh, it's a guitar kick, and I'm like,
yeah,
no, that's piano, and it's Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to play all the stuff. So you're always thinking about how to be able to cover every part in case on your regular gig. With is it Blaine?
Blade.
Myrna's not there. You have to cover all the fiddle parts.
Right.
But say you don't have your steel, you have to cover steel parts on the guitar.
Right.
And some gigs you're
And
not
I
even
rarely
on guitar.
do a gig where I'm just playing guitar. Like artist gigs and stuff, I'll just play guitar. But
Right.
when I'm playing downtown, I normally have both.
Okay, yeah.
But it's like we're talking, like another example, like, and I get this all the time. People call out Miami.
Okay,
Oh, a lot
sure.
of cool steel guitars. I'm like, I can't play steel on that because I'm busy, going, like,
So you
there's
could
no
only do
way
that-
that I could switch that quickly.
You could only do it if I'm sitting there.
Yeah, that I could, so.
Yeah.
But
okay.
anyways, it's just a prime example of like one of the many things where they're like,
Yeah.
like there's just
I still remember the first time I saw you do it on a video was you playing over, and this is how we kind of met. Was you,
Honky Tonk Nighttime Man with Elio.
No, it's you at AJ's through the Boss Katana playing. What's the tune they put in the middle of Devil?
Oh, Orange Blossom Special.
Orange Blossom Special, and you switched. You went. What is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's too early for that, but
But what is, just slowly, because someone's going to ask about that, and I've tried to figure that out for years, and you told me a really unconventional but logical way that how do you, because I'm hearing that, how are you, because I'm hearing
it's
that,
just
right?
the F shape. I go with the pick and
Okay.
the downstroke, but muted,
Is that it?
Yeah.
You had, Okay. Interesting. Because that to me seems, I always thought you were using pick and fingers then. That's so crazy. Oh, and then the infinite lick, right?
Then I do, that like we were talking about earlier. Then it turns into a Christmas song. But anyways, there's all kinds of stuff there. I'm planning to teach all that stuff and just
Yeah,
kind of,
good, yeah.
you know, there's a lot. I guess there's a fair bit of knowledge there.
Probably
I
owe
mean,
you some money for all the stuff you've taught me.
yeah, I think it's
I bought you lunch.
$17,000, but that's okay. We'll get to
All right,
it.
I got $6 to my name right now.
Well, I'll settle for 4,
Yeah.
you know. No, but, you know, like all that stuff, it's just kind of, you know, collection of stuff.
Right,
you know,
sure.
and that thing I do, I don't think I've heard anybody else do it that way.
I've never heard someone do it like that.
And I could be wrong. I don't want to say that I came up with it and then,
Maybe you did,
find
though.
an old video of Brent playing it back in the day. I was like, oh, that's where I got that. And that's happened before where I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't mine after all.
You've done that with me. You were like, oh, check out this lick. And then you called me the next day and you're like, nope, never mind. I got it from this tune.
Right.
And I did that, but I showed you something forever ago.
We all
Yeah.
do that. Everybody does that because it's like, that's music. Now, what I discovered flat on that video.
You're just playing diatonically up and down through
Well,
G.
all that or whatever it is, you know. I need to sit down and actually learn that. And everybody else should too. Because even, okay, so let's say you're in a scenario where you're never going to play Highway 40 Blues, which most people are probably in that scenario.
Right.
There's so much guitar in that solo. Because everything you're learning, you know, we're talking about knowing your way around the neck.
Yeah.
Learning that solo does exactly that.
That's why you told me to learn it all those years ago.
Right.
Because it was,
Even though I still haven't properly learned it, you know.
But I never thought to go chromatic up to the, so it's in E, diatonic, it's 1, 2, chromatic up to the 3, 4, 5, 6, chromatic up to the 7, 1, and then, now I can't grab
I don't
that
know.
note,
I don't remember the actual line.
but it's really logical because I never thought of just,
I don't know what happens in the middle there. I need to check that out.
or the top lick, you can go 5, 4, 3, so 5 major, 4 major, 3 minor, 2 minor, 1. But it's so,
Right.
and now you can take that, it's like that, there's that great video of James Mitchell playing Bandy the Rodeo Clown. And they do the, what is it?
Right. Yeah, because the Nashville, a lot of guys in town, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap
You know, all
it
that
up.
stuff is not on the record.
No.
And I thought it was. So I remember I played with Mo Bandy one time. And then
Up in Indiana at his,
No,
isn't
it
he
was
got an arena or something now, like a bull rodeo place he
Oh,
runs.
I'm not sure. Well, I think he had a place in like a theater in Branson. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Oh, Missouri,
Well, this
yeah.
was in San Antonio, Texas. It was a stage that turned. It was an interesting.
okay.
There's a video on YouTube where I'm playing, and they cut me off just before a solo, of course. But anyways,
Okay, and then before we wrap up, for all the nerds, what is this guitar?
oh,
You just got it, and this is
we'll get on that.
Okay.
So we were doing this gig, and I was like, I know this song, and I'm like, but on the way, I'm like, I'm gonna just double check everything and make sure. And I was like, oh, all those parts aren't there. Like none of them are on there. Like we had all this stuff. Like drop my pick, you know. So like you've been playing that for years. None of those things were there. I'm like, I had to relearn the song on the way to the gig. And it went fine. And actually, there's a lot of cool steel guitars that I didn't know was there. So I got to learn that and did it. And we had a great time. Mo was super nice. When I met him, you know, I heard he was a jokester. So somebody put me up to this. I said, Mo, I've been a fan for years. Achy Breaky Heart's my favorite song of yours. And he looks at me and goes, I'm really proud of that one. You know, like, never met the guy. And he was super sweet. It was a great time, man. He was just and that's not a song, by the way. That was just a joke. But yeah, he was just, you know, super easy to work with. Right? So, yeah. So these guitars, these two guitars, well,
they look like twins.
They kind of are. They have a similar story. They're both 57s. This one's actually January 58, but it's got the V-neck, and it's almost the same as that.
Both spaghetti logos?
Yeah, and the next untouched on this has a Danocaster refinished body. The parts have been changed in this. That's all original, except it's been oversprayed.
And the switch tip. But it's
the switch tip. I have the switch tip, but I took it off because I knew I was going to lose it.
Okay.
And I prefer the feel of the Strat, so
yeah.
I know I'm going to get hell from Gabe Tonin for this, but that's okay. I deserve it. But, you know,
I got to get Gabe on a video.
That'll be a good one, too. You know, he's full of, he knows a lot of stuff.
That guy knows how to honky tonk.
Oh, he sure does. He's a great player, great tone, great gear, you know. So, yeah, so these two tellies.
Strat and telly. It's a telly in your hands, regardless.
Well, everything's a telly. The Jazzmaster's a telly. They're kind of like my favorite ones. I know I got a lot of guitar. People were grabbing about that a bit, and that's okay. I haven't had time to sell anything. But I've also been on the quest for the E-Telly. I got a 58 telly as well that
I think this is the
good,
best.
But that one just fits me.
This one is...
Now, a 58 pickup sounds better than this one. So I might swap that at some point. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
This one is the first telly I've picked up of yours where it's just felt like home.
Yeah.
For me, apart from Claude, the 63 slab board.
Yeah.
No, 63, that's a lamb board. But this is the best. And now I get to play that. Because I haven't played this yet.
Yeah. But these two guitars, to me, like, they're, you know, like, I've wanted a good Strat for years, and I came across one time. There's a video, I have a short video on YouTube. I only have, like, one, but I'm playing in a store in Toronto.
Is that the Sunburst?
It's a Sunburst 58.
You were on tour, and
Yeah, but they wanted, like, 30, it was 40 grand Canadian, 30,000. I didn't have the money. So I said, anyway, you guys would take 20, which I couldn't have afforded that either. And they're like, no, we can't do that. And 2 months later, they sold it for 20. So I was
okay.
But I've been kicking myself ever since because that one just had it all.
Yeah.
May have had some changed electronics, but the pickups were original and the finish was original.
The neck is the... And people,
the neck's what you play.
Yeah.
So if you find, let's say you find something that's in rough shape or whatever, you love the neck, but it's heavy, get a different body, you know, put the body away like, you know, like my signature body, my 68, that body's weird to play. I might put that on a wall and get a different body for that guitar. Sure. I don't know yet. But these V-necks, to me, they almost feel therapeutical. Like, it's almost like...
It's home?
It feels good on the hands.
Well, it's like...
And these two are the two first V-neck guitars I've ever had.
Remember the first guitar I made and... You were like, yeah, the neck's okay, but you heard me playing it, and you were like, no, that's it, play that. Same thing. Even though I'd love a 63. You know me, Mike. A 63 Strat or a staple pickup Les Paul's my dream. But there's something about that one just sounds. That neck has been on 4 different bodies, and it just works.
Yeah.
No matter what. The neck is, and James Mitchell said this to me first. And then I told you, and you were like, well, yeah, I've been telling you that, but maybe it's the first time I heard it.
I heard it from James.
Okay, the neck is where the tone is, and then...
The tone follows the neck more than the body. And I believe that. Like this thing here just... Like it just...
Well, let's see.
Hear
Same
it,
thing.
You know?
Same thing.
They both ring...
Resonant.
And there's something to that, you know?
Well, we'll wrap up this video, but we'll shoot more in depth about some gear in a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That's how to play country guitar with Mike Bourque. How to actually honky tonk.
Yeah, I mean,
and now, my next video is called I Cried Practicing How to Honky Tonk.
Yeah, or another one, I lost all my gigs because I played like Mike Bourque. That'll be one of the future for anybody. By the way, it's at your own risk,
No, I'll tell you this
We,
last
we
one.
don't do refunds.
I did a gig once. I can't remember who it was. And you have done the gig. And I got on and we finished a few songs. And he said, man, most guys like Brent, you've got the Mike Bourque thing.
Well,
and then
that's
and then
not good.
And it was, I think maybe it was Shane.
Oh, it could have been.
All right, we're going to finish up here. We're going to hang out some more. Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, buddy.